What's up guys, my name is Cyberster and today we're going to take a look at a deck designed by none other than the famous Kitkatz. I watched Kitkatz play in the recent ESL tournament. He's one of my favourite players and I really respect him for his professionalism and his sportsmanship. Kitkatz is a top legend player and is known for his knowledge and his deck building skills. He's famous for bringing the warrior control deck into the spotlight. But today we're going to take a look at something quite different, and that is Kitkatz Echo Mage deck. I've been playtesting this deck for some time and I'm really excited to show it to you. So as you can see, this deck has a very solid mana curve with a lot of 1, 2 and 3 mana drops. The general strategy of this deck is to rush your opponents down in the early game and then to fuel up with Echo of Medivh. You can then finish off your opponent with Dr. Boom and your Sea Giants. So let's take a look at the cards in this deck. Clockwork Gnome is a good 1-drop with Death Rattle, so he can pump up your Undertaker. The spare parts are good for buffing your minions or to bounce back your Death Rattle minions so that you can pump up your Undertaker again. Leper Gnome is a really good 1-drop as well. It pumps up your Undertaker and it's a guaranteed 2 damage. The Undertaker is a key card in this deck and you should always mulligan for it. Zombie Chow is a very good card to have in your starting hand if you already have Undertaker, and it's really good for getting board control. Ironbeak Owl is good for silencing minions with Taunt or dealing with your opponent's Sylvanas. We only have 1 in the deck, but with the right spare part we can bounce it back up and cast it again. Knife Juggler works very well with this deck because you have a lot of cheap minions. And you can get tons of value from this card by pinging off your enemy's minions. Loot Hoarder helps to make Undertaker bigger, and the card draw helps you cycle through the deck. If you already have Undertaker in your starting hand, you should also try to get the Mad Scientist. This deck only runs 1 duplicate, and you should use it depending on which deck you're up against. Against Control Warlock and other decks that have a lot of giants, you want to duplicate the Big Game Hunter. Against aggro or tempo decks, you want to duplicate the Sludge Belcher. You can also try to duplicate Lothar to lock down your opponent. Mirror Entity is a fantastic card to gain tempo. This card is really good against decks that have big minions, such as Druids. Every single deck out there runs Dr. Boom, and so Big Game Hunter is a very important card. Echo of Medivh is the key card in this deck. Ideally you want to cast this card when you have at least 2 minions on the board. Again, you want to use Echo of Medivh to copy the minions that are best against your matchup. So for example, if you're up against aggro, you want to copy your Sludge Belchers. Chasm Mystic is a very powerful card against decks that run secrets, such as Hunters, Mages, and Paladins. If you're playing against a Hunter, I highly recommend that you mulligan for this card in your starting hand. Of course, you should only do that if you already have the Undertaker in your starting hand. While this card is very situational, there are many players out there playing Hunter right now, so you will get to use this card a lot. Lothar is a very solid 5 mana drop. If you have board control, you can drop a Lothar to stop your opponent from casting spells. Then you can follow up with an Echo of Medivh the next turn. Sludge Belcher is also a very solid 5-turn drop. You should always try to duplicate or echo your Sludge Belchers. Sylvanas is a 5-5, helps you gain control of the board, and also helps to pump up your Undertaker. Dr. Boom is a solid 7 mana drop and is a staple in any deck. Sea Giant works very well with this deck because you'll have a lot of minions on the board. So now that we have an overview of the deck, let's have a few games, shall we?
Jaina versus Valera.
Watch your back.
Okay
You
guys,
asked
we're
for
up
it.
against a rogue and we're going first. Not a very good starting hand. Let's drop the Giant and the Belcher. Hopefully we draw into the Undertaker. Okay, let's cast the Leper Gnome and pass the turn. Next turn probably we'll follow up with the Loot Hoarder. Ooh, we drew the Undertaker. Let's attack the Leper Gnome and cast the Undertaker.
Bring out your dead.
Okay, he managed to clear our board. So I think Mirror Entity is the play here. Hopefully he casts something big and we get a copy of it. Ooh, too bad it's just an auto barber.
Summoning portal open.
Okay, I think the pint-sized summoner is a bigger threat than the auto barber. So we probably want to remove that threat first. So let's swing into the pint-sized summoner, bring out Loot Hoarder and ping his auto barber.
Mind if I roll knee?
Ooh, 6 damage. So let's ping his auto barber. Let's bring out the Loot Hoarder and the Clockwork Gnome. On the 6th turn we can follow up with a Sludge Belcher and a Zombie Chow.
X marks the spot.
Wow, that's a very big Blood Seal Raider. So looks like there's nothing much we can do against his Bloodsail Raider now. So let's get rid of his Taunt minion first. So we'll attack to his Taunt minion.
For Mechazard! Oh!
And then we ping it off. Let's just fill the board with minions. Okay guys, we are running quite low on health here. But the good thing is he's run out of cards. And we have 5 cards in hand. So let's bring out the Sludge Belcher. We are attacking to his Bloodsail Raider. Ping it off. So I think with just 1 card in hand, he can't really combo his way out of this. Okay, let's cast the Undertaker.
Bring out your dead.
Ping off his auto barber. Bring out Mad Scientist. Let's recast the Mad Scientist to pump the Undertaker even further. Okay, let's ping off his pirate.
I have no time for games.
Bring out Sylvanas
Goody.
and go face. Okay, he has cast Sprint with 4 cards in hand, so we really need to rush him down quickly.
X marks the spot.
Let's bring out the Knife Juggler.
Apple on your head. Fools.
And remove his Blood Sailor.
Let none
Then we go
survive.
face.
Goody.
Let's bring out Big Game Hunter just to secure our lethal next turn. Now we have 2 more Knife Jugglers. Alright. GG. Ooh, a Golden Hunter, guys. This guy must have been grinding with the Face Hunter like hundreds of
You
times.
asked for it.
Okay, let's throw back the Sea Giant and Knife Juggler. Zombie Chow is good in the starting hand. Wow! Is that a godly hand or is that a godly hand? Perfect.
Bring out your dead.
Double Undertaker, guys. Next turn, Undertaker Zombie Chow.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Perfect. And then we'll steal his secret. Okay, let's go Undertaker
You're dead.
and then Zombie Chow. We're gonna ignore his minion, let's go face. Okay, so let's ping his owl and pass the turn. We don't want to trigger his trap yet. Next turn we'll steal it and then we'll go face. Okay guys, this is it. Kazan Mystic time. Check this out, guys.
The light does not discriminate.
Ooh, explosive trap.
Oh, goody. Oh, goody.
Your trap is mine. Ooh, we're gonna track for another trap? Looks like he's desperately looking for another explosive trap. Deadly shot. Ooh, we got lucky there. Okay, let's bring out Loot Hoarder and the Mad Scientist and go face.
Light it up.
Pass the turn. Looks like this game is gonna be quick, guys.
Well fought. So final thoughts, you should definitely check out this deck. Kitkatz Echo Mage is OP and it gets my +1. With this deck you can duplicate the cards that are effective against your matchup, and not many decks out there allow you to do that. If you enjoyed the Mech Mage and you want something different, I highly recommend you give this deck a try. My name is Cyberasta and I'm loving Kitkatz Echo Mage. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. If you have enjoyed this video, please help me out by going to the Hearthpwn website and giving this deck a +1. You can find the link to Hearthpwn in the description below. As always, here's a quick shout out to those who gave their comments in my last video. Phana Trix, Oleg Tobi, Pierre Pollet, the Seoriginal, Ster, Lars Groeneveld, Martin Pereira, GKMat42, Seeingeyegod, Robert Feinstein, ProtonCannon, Bevrosity, Gustavo Finco, The True Gamer, Chase Laliberte, Charlie Lambert, XyntXII, Altmax, Lambert, Chairbuster, Tom Cole, Terkel Ingwar, Yashas Lokesh, Johnny Byrne, Gianfranco Boz Magni, The Retro Dog, Deuce Genius, Rodrigo Baptista, Nicolai Jorgensen, Mr. Chris 12362, Dracu SRL, Chase Spec, Kevin Pemeran, Venom 63029, Dark Skay, Swag and Yasha, Sam Marder, Joshua Maguire, JJ, Jen Smirak, Snailman44, The Cucumber Wang, Jeremy De Bono, Lawrence Cartono, The Hash Slinging Slasher, Ben Abelins, Death Jaws, I Love Hearthstone, and Renwoxing13. You guys are OP. Peace.